Some rulers flaunt their wealth to the world. Others guard it like a weapon. But there is one monarch who holds the sky, the sea, and the earth in the palm of his hand, yet lives in shadows. A gold-plated jet with missile defenses. A Lamborghini that sings opera instead of roaring. A palace 3 times the size of Versailles, and buried far beneath the soil, a vault of 7,000 supercars the world will never see. This is the empire of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah of Brunei, where power isn't shouted, it's whispered, and where every secret is worth more than gold. Tonight, we step inside, kingdom beneath the earth and across the skies. If luxury were an Olympic sport, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah would be the undefeated champion. His greatest treasures are not on display. They are hidden, sealed away in a place so secret it has no official name. Locals whisper it as Zone 9. You won't find Zone 9 on Google Maps. The gates are guarded by 3 layers of biometric security. Ventilation shafts are built like missile silos. Inside, a subterranean labyrinth holding over 7,000 supercars, together worth more than $4 billion. Each car is more than a machine. It's a legend. A Ferrari forged from an alloy, never released to the public. A Rolls-Royce Phantom covered entirely in gold, with a diamond-encrusted steering wheel that only starts when both father and son of the Sultan touch it together. A Lamborghini whose engine doesn't growl. It sings, programmed to perform a classical opera each time you press the accelerator. But technology here is not just for spectacle. It listens. Each car is equipped with an AI system known as the Eye. It monitors the driver's heart rate, mood, even neurological signals. Feeling tired? The seat automatically reclines into a yoga position. Angry? The engine shuts down and plays the sound of a running stream until you calm down. This is not a garage. It's a sanctuary. And deeper inside Garage 27 lies the whispered myth of the Black Phantom. No photos, no records, only a rumor. They say it rolled out only once, on a moonless night in 1997, the same night the Sultan's younger brother vanished without a trace. But the Sultan's empire isn't just underground. It reaches the clouds. Royal Brunei Airlines, officially the national carrier, is in reality the royal family's private fleet. 2 double-deck Boeing Dreamliners feature hand-carved Italian interiors, 40-inch entertainment screens, private showers, and kitchens serving lobster and caviar at 40,000 feet. The fleet is fitted with military-grade missile defense systems, fire suppression technology, and radar jammers, treating the Sultan like a living national treasure. He owns over 120 aircraft, enough to start the most exclusive airline on Earth, with no economy class, only royal class. On land, the Sultan travels by helicopter as casually as most people call an Uber. 16 luxury Sikorsky choppers with leather seats, teak floors, and bulletproof glass connect the royal palaces and villas in minutes. And when there is nowhere left to fly, the Sultan turns to the sea. His yacht, the Khal Sultan, is a $500 million floating palace, 165 meters long, for stories tall, with gold leaf ceilings, French crystal chandeliers, and a spiral staircase made entirely from solid gold wrapping around a massive tropical fish tank. 2 banquet halls can host diplomatic summits, while 12 ocean view suites await guests. In the world of billion-dollar yachts, the Khal Sultan doesn't compete. It makes the rest look like toys. But all this splendor, from the underground vault to the floating palace, is only the surface. To understand how a single man can command such an empire, you have to dig to the very roots of Brunei's wealth, black gold, the hidden empire of oil and absolute power. Before the golden jets, the diamond steering wheels, and the banquets worth more than a city block, there is oil. Brunei, a tiny kingdom tucked in Southeast Asia's rainforest, is built on a sea of crude. In the early 20th century, a shell engineer stumbled upon black liquid seeping from a stream. Testing confirmed it, pure oil. Overnight, Brunei transformed from an obscure dot on the map into one of the richest nations per capita in the world. When Hassanal Bolkiah became Sultan, he didn't just inherit a crown. He took absolute control of the nation's destiny. No elections, no parliament with real power, no term limits. The Sultan rules by decree, surrounded only by advisors he chooses himself. Brunei's oil exports, about 160,000 barrels a day, don't seem massive compared to Saudi Arabia. But with fewer than 500,000 citizens, the revenue makes every citizen theoretically wealthy. And the man deciding where every cent goes is the Sultan alone. Through the Brunei Investment Agency, he controls airlines, banks, real estate, and even the distribution rights for Rolls-Royce and Mercedes. Officially, it's a sovereign wealth fund. In reality, it's the royal family's private vault, unaudited, untouchable. Tens of billions flow quietly into skyscrapers in London, luxury resorts in Singapore, and anonymous hotels in Beverly Hills. No signs, no press releases, no trace, except for the profits, which lead back to the throne. Even the royal children are not just heirs, they're CEOs. One prince runs a $15 billion Islamic banking AI firm in Singapore. Another secretly finances Hollywood blockbusters like John Wick and Fast and Furious. A princess owns a cosmetics empire sold in over 30 countries, favored by Asian celebrities. Yet you'll never see the Brunei name on the label. This is control without visibility, influence without headlines. And when the Sultan does appear, it's not in front of cameras. It's in rooms where the most powerful people in the world are made to feel small. One such night at Astana Nurul Aman, the largest palace in the world, began with silence. No music, no chatter, only the sound of footsteps echoing on marble floors that seemed to stretch into infinity. The air smelled of a perfume no one could name, made only for the royal household. Tables were set with gold plates engraved with each guest's name. The food, Russian caviar, Italian white truffles, oysters available only 3 days a year, was arranged more like art than a meal. No one dared to speak. Then, without introduction, the great golden doors opened. Out walked Whitney Houston, then Mariah Carey, then Andrea Bocelli. No applause, no fanfare. The music wasn't for entertainment. It was a display of power. A Japanese diplomat later said, "I have been to many palaces, but here I understood what power is, not because it was shown, but because it was felt, without a single word." In an age when everyone fights to be seen, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah remains invisible, yet impossible to ignore. So, does real power need the spotlight? Or is the truest power the kind that doesn't need to be seen at all? Tell me your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more stories about the world's wealthiest and